our advancement cannot be limited to electrical innovation. We can make a computer that does certain heat measures, that can just calculate heat by heat. Now I have the idea in my head. I know that we can use what we already have, the N rocks that we have, the N rocks that this planet has, I believe is what these aliens are interested in. What these aliens do is they go to any world or any planet, whatever you want to call it, and they take the basic knowledge that they have. Because every world has a different basic knowledge. So, for example, God said in the Holy Book, He said that I have created the sun and the moon for you guys. He's talking about us, that the book we have received. What this sun and the moon does, it makes this kind do measurements in a different way. So our measurements are based off of, let's say, 1, 2. 1, 2. Night, day. So our knowledge is from night, day. 1, 2. So basically, our algorithms are different from their algorithms. Now, we might have certain common ground between them, but what I'm trying to get to is sun and moon, our ecosystem, the knowledge that this planet and this nature has provided for us, it's different than another alien race's knowledge. So what these aliens do, evil aliens, they take our knowledge and then they give us a certain, or empower a certain knowledge that can be beneficial for them to control us in the future. So if what I'm hearing is true, that these aliens are really jamming our fighter jet signal and we cannot lock the target, that means these aliens have the knowledge to stop certain electrical wave signals, whatever you want to call it. But that doesn't mean that we cannot advance and still have computers and still have phones and still have communication in a different ideology per se. Do you get what I'm saying? So if I can create a computer that runs off of something different than electricity, now that's something that I am interested in. I don't want to keep advancing my race just dependent on electricity. I mean, don't get me wrong. We're going to still advance in electricity. But we need to have a combination. A combination between electricity and other technological advancement that are non-electronic. Because we're advancing and only we're based on electricity. Why can't we advance and create other dimensions machines? Do you hear what I'm trying to say here? So like I talked previously, I talked about the planes that we should have should be mechanical masterpieces. Or not only planes, any type of machine that we should have here should be mechanical masterpieces. So that means they shouldn't just rely on electricity. Okay, anyways, I don't want to keep talking about that same subject. You understand what I'm trying to get to here. So, like I said, let's make other ways. Like I said, you can make, there's a million or an infinity way of making something propel forward, right? So we have a movement, right? So we need to make other means of movement. Once we master the movement, even though it's very simple, any type of ways that can project something to forward, that's a movement. Now that's a grid. Now what we can do is, whether it's magnets or whether it's water with a little bit of pulses of heat that uses certain reactors that use certain fuel that does this, you get what I'm saying? It cannot be only electrical. That's what I'm trying to get to you, because once we move past that phase of just electricity and evolution and only electricity, you know, they brainwashing us with these movies that show us that this is how humanity is going to look like 100 years. No, that's not how it's going to look like. It's going to look like however we want to. Do you understand? Stop limiting us with these futuristic ideology. This is how the world's going to look like. Yes, people are going to sit down, not going to have a steering wheel. That's fine. You don't want to have a steering wheel? You're going to have a choice to buy a car that doesn't have a steering wheel. But you need to also remember that there's people that will always feel comfortable being in control in a healthy way, in a non-illegal way that hurts his other beings that live around him. So we need our race to keep advancing, and that's what these aliens are scared of. They are scared. I'm going to keep saying that over and over again. You're going to laugh and be like, this guy, there's something wrong with this guy. No. There's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with you if you don't listen to me. Okay? We need to, like I said, find other ways of energy. Right? We need to find another way of communicating with each other that is non-electrical whatsoever. Chemical, mechanical, air movement. So heat and air, you know, we can use the 4 elements that's around us. Earth, fire, water, and air. These 4 elements can work together. Heat pushes air in a little tube that triggers a mechanical response that pushes something else. So you can create a computer. And here's the good thing. We can use the electronical innovation that we already have, the computers, to do the mathematical calculations in order for us to create something that is non-reliant, that does not rely on the old technology that we have acquired throughout the years. So we can use the computers that we already have to design non-electrical computers. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Anyway, so that's what I hope that you can try to understand, that this idea that I am giving you. And if you've already thought about it, God bless you. You know, I'm not sitting here trying to be against you in any way whatsoever. We need to work together, because let me tell you something. We all have brains, and sometimes there's a million person that have thought about the same idea. That means we are connected. We're connected. Don't sit here and tell me, oh, this guy, he's crying out, what are you talking about? We are connected beings. So we need to work together, and we can't sit here and waste time on the patents. Now, if our current government wants it to make it extremely easy for patent ideas, that's fine. But what I'm trying to get to, if we're gonna always only innovate linked to currency and money, we're not gonna go anywhere. We're not gonna advance fast enough. We need to put that aside and all of us advance together without worrying about finance. There's a lot of people who don't have the means to advance, but we need to make it more easy for them. Thank you so much. And this is only acting, so God bless you.